Hello artists, here is Miss Dolores. A while ago I talked about the fact that we can find art in the street, in the park, and more specifically I show you that in some cities you can find art on the train and at the train station, right? Okay, it's time for another fantastic work of art at the train station. Firelei Báez is an artist from the Dominican Republic who lives in New York City. She brings her Caribbean roots into her work and often mixes folk elements from her native country with the culture of Washington Heights, a neighborhood in the city where a lot of people from the Dominican Republic live and where this subway station is located. She incorporates tropical plants in her art and creates a world of reality, nature, history, and fantasy. Magnificent, isn't it? This time I thought that we can make something that looks a little bit like mosaic using a collage technique. I am going to make a fish, trying to keep it simple. I am using mostly paper from paint samples that you find in hardware stores. I chose a black paper as a base. We will see the base paper, so it's important the paper you choose. I think the black paper will really pop up. The most important thing about making a collage that looks like a mosaic is that I will not layer or overlap the paper pieces like in a regular collage. This time, the pieces are going to be next to each other. I will leave space in between the pieces. With tiles or mosaic, that space is called the grout, and it is usually made of cement. And when it's wet, it's like a glue for the tiles. Okay, for the background, I will also use magazine and wrapping paper. All the colors will be greenish blue, like the ocean. I go around, and it doesn't matter if the black space in between the pieces is uneven. Now I will cut small squares to finish the collage. Many mosaics are made with tiny tiles, more or less square, like what we see in Firelei's mosaic. Sometimes for this kind of collage, I put the glue on the big paper instead of the small paper piece. It's easier. Very important, press and wait so that the glue starts working. At the end, I put some heavy books to make sure the paper gets glue. This is another piece I made. I used a sketch, then I made it bigger on a regular paper, and I cut all the parts to use them as a template. A lot of work. I got really tired at the end, but a lot of fun too. This takes time. I was actually surprised how difficult these projects are. In fact, you may feel it's too much, but I just wanted to show you that this is available to you when you are ready. Firelei's work brings me so much joy. I am very grateful for it. also appreciate all the teamwork behind it. You know, Firelei has a wonderful imagination, very interesting ideas, and she works really hard. And then there were people who also work hard to make her dream come true, like construction workers, fabricators, people who know how to make mosaics, people who plan, organize, coordinate. It is amazing what people can do when they get inspired by the power of an artist's vision. And remember, I am an artist.